Hello guys, in this video we'll deal with another basic human movement, and I'm talking about the vertical plane. We did horizontal plane and we did arm rotation, but this is about vertical plane. See? And when I'm talking about the vertical plane, I'm talking about shearing movement. Shearing means I apply the same movement, I apply force on the same point in two different directions. So I kind of break it, and of course we will use it to break things. Like scissors, when you use scissors you shear the paper because you apply force on two parts of the paper in the same point. So this is shearing. Basic movement before we go to shear is moving the hands from down up, and the movement is pretty simple. You just move them together from this position to this position. I throw them down and I throw the hands up. When I throw the hands down, I put my weight here, in the arms, in the hands. I use a heavy elbows, heavy palms, and I push down. When I go up, I throw my weight up, upwards in the hand, and I end up here heavy. Heavy, 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 heavy up, heavy down, heavy up, heavy down. You can see when I push down, I'm not staying here, I'm pushing back with my legs up. Heavy down, heavy up, heavy down, heavy up, heavy down, heavy up. Few fun applications for that. Very important thing, if you want to be the attacker, you don't know whatever the other side will do. I want to attack, I want to break this structure, so I just go in. See? From down up, I open him. I can choose side. Okay, I want to break this distance. I use aggressive movement inside, from down up. Down upwards, heavy. And I have him. Okay. And I have him. Another application, I don't know where the strike will come. See, I don't know where the strike comes from. See, up, down. Up, I don't know what hand will come. And down. Heavy. Why heavy? Because I want to cause a whiplash. I want him to be outbalanced. I want him to be hurt here. Heavy. See? I can open wherever I want. Let's continue with the basic movement, because we did the basic with two hands, but this is not shearing, this is just two hands up, two hands down. If we want to shear, we need one hand up, one hand down. One hand up, so let's start with one hand up. Pull down with your heavy elbow, heavy palm. Simultaneously, you see, I go with the knees down and up again. With the other hand, I bring it up. Down and up simultaneously. Heavy elbow, heavy forearm, heavy palm. It basically like walking. When we walk, our hands continuously shear each other. So it's like walking, but in the place, and see? Feel the heaviness in the arms and just bring them up and down. Make sure I push up, I push down simultaneously. And become heavy. Since you're talking about heaviness, you can use dumbbells to work on the heaviness sensation. So just do this drill with dumbbells and move the weight from the palm to the elbow when you drop the weight down. Now I can do the short movement through the elbow, and I can do longer movement with the palm. Here you bring up, you bring down, we don't bring the elbows short way. So both ways are correct, they just train different range of movement. Let's do some applications. No need to show the entire way, just show you some ideas. This is shearing. See, I'm above his elbow. I'm pressing the tendon above the elbow so I can manipulate him. I shear. Another way to shear somebody is back and face. See, this is a movement. I can do it gently, or I can do it very forcefully and very heavy when I strike, and it's very unpleasant. Another way to unbalance using shearing. Again, I pull one lever and push another. This time it was here, because the knee can't go here, so I just push it to where it can't go. There are tons of ideas. Even here, when I twist his head, one hand goes forward, one hand goes backward. This is shearing movement. When I have distance between the shearing points, then I create a torque, I create force momentum, radius times the lever. When I use it at the same point, I use pure shearing and not momentum. Another way of doing the vertical shear is vertical figure 8. I start with one hand and I use my elbow to lead the movement up. My hands are in fists because we're going to do hammer punch. I lift the elbow and I use the hammer to go up, and then I turn, and now the elbow leads the movement down and the hammer goes down, so we get this movement. You can see it's kind of vertical figure 8. Now we just do it with both hands. It's not easy to teach it, you just do it until you can do it. Practice. I can only give you the points to pay attention to. So lead the movement with the elbows. Start with one hand up, one hand down, and just bring the elbows up and down simultaneously. As vertical as you can. Use dumbbells to make it heavy and to enforce the hammer-like position. Because with dumbbells you can't cheat yourself whether you do it in hammer or not. The entire body moves as if you're dancing. It's kind of dancing, but it's very practical. It's very practical, and we'll show you why. I don't want his hand here, so I just raise my elbow and put down the weight. It's the same movement, like literally the same movement. So if he grabs me again, or I can switch side and just take him with me because he pulls me, right? Or if he strikes me from the back. Okay, 1, 2. 1, 2. The elbows are perfect defense system for short range. It doesn't matter in the front or in the back. Try it, play with it. You'll find gazillions of applications. This video is about the movement, not about applications.